So hey guys, I was asked by a viewer to take a look at the focusing capabilities of the GH5S. So I'm just gonna throw together some footage that tests the focusing capabilities of this new firmware on the GH5S version 1.4. It came out just the other week in November 2019. It added animal tracking and a few other things. I'm currently running the Panasonic GH5S at its default focusing settings. So animal and people tracking, speed and sensitivity set to 0, just the defaults. And the current lens is the Olympus 75mm f1.8. And I'll just walk towards the camera. And there we go. It should eventually focus. And I'm going to walk out of scene and then back into scene and see if it can get my face from this point of view. So the background's in focus and I'll just walk back in. It sees my face, so it's focusing just kind of slowly. There we go. And if I stand to the side, it sees my head, but it struggles with the eyes. And back in. Sees the face, just taking its time to focus. This is with the default speed and sensitivity set. We'll try it with +5 and +3 a little later. Up next, I'm going to be testing with the Panasonic 12 to 60mm lens and see how that works. Okay guys, so I have this on aperture priority mode. Aperture is 3.5 to 5.6 depending on the focal length. This is a Panasonic 12 to 60mm. So currently I am just going to be testing with some photos. It has found Miss Taylor's face and I'm going to zoom in. It has kept a lock on her face. I'm going to go to the side, and it has her face locked on around here, which is kind of nice, but here it loses it. Now I'm going to zoom in on the background, focuses quickly, come back, and then boom. It is struggling, but it's finding Shark's face. That's interesting. It's not really finding the cat. Here we go, and we got Shrek's eye. Down, up, down, up. Cool. And going from the side here, it's struggling, it's falling back onto, oh, it picked up Shrek's eye. I think you can tell that it focused on this eye right here. Which is kind of nice. Does not detect the dog. And let's see if it detects Brad. Or what is that? DiCaprio? Does not have him. Does not have him. Okay, so I'm 60mm, 120mm equivalent, and it's not finding him. So let me just walk towards him. GH5S does not have in-body image stabilization, but it picked him up at this distance. I am, I don't know, 6 meters or so away. 5-6 meters. You tell me. How far away am I? Picks them up when I'm just, at 60 millimeters. Got him in the eye, which is nice. And just to test it out from this distance, there, 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 there. Okay, I might need a different lens because the aperture 5.6 does not make this too challenging. Okay, so it has both of them. It's focusing on the closest person though. It detects Shrek's eyes. It detects that there's a face for Taylor but does not know the eye. Locks onto the eye of Taylor. Shrek sees the eye, focuses on the eye. Taylor sees the eye, focuses on the eye. Put Shrek back in, focuses on Shrek instead. It sees Taylor's face, but does not focus on the eye anymore. Doesn't see the eye, just seems to see Shrek's eye. A little bit slow, but given how this is a printout of Shrek's eye, I'm not going to hold it against it too much. Okay, and then walking. I'm going to put Shrek down, and we're just going to walk towards it zoomed in. It's struggling. Let's walk away. Oh, lost it. Okay, it no longer sees the face there. Okay, we have both of them up, and it's locking onto Taylor's face. They're the exact same distance away, but it is finding Taylor's face, not Shrek's face. Okay, let's try rotating the camera on Taylor. Currently has Taylor locked on, and we're going to rotate the camera. Oh, we lost the eye. When we get to around 45 degrees, we lose the eye. Oh, found the eye at 90 degrees. Going back, lost the eye. Doesn't really see the face, found the face, but now found the eye. So I have it set to human and animal mode. The speed is set to 5 and the sensitivity 3, plus 5 plus 3. This is a custom setting before I had it set to default. And it picks up the face. Let's see how it works if I okay, here's the face, and seems to bounce a bit. No problem with Shrek. Let's try the dog. He does not get the dog. Seems to really struggle with that dog. Grumpy cat. I'm sorry, Grumpy cat. You do not work either. Okay. And let's try DiCaprio. Let's zoom in on him and just walk towards him. And I'll stop when I get a face lock. Okay, I got a face lock here. Same as last time. Let me walk up close. Apologies, no stabilization on this camera. Very little in the lens at least. And close. and then back out. And close. Back out. Back out. Let's walk in. Let's walk out. Okay, we have the Olympus f1.8 f aperture, 75mm lens, hand holding the camera. There's no image stabilization at all. So I'm just going to walk away, see what happens. It lost her at this point. It flickers in and out, but I more or less lost her at this point. I'm going to walk in a little faster maybe. Okay, I'm going to try to rotate the camera to see if it can withstand 45 degrees. And it lost her face, but it has her torso in focus. And it found her face again, her eye tracking. And I'm going to rotate it, and lost her face. Still has a box around her torso. And it found her face right here. Okay, I'm going to spin around, look at the doggy. I do have pet tracking turned on, and it does not seem to want to work. Oh, it worked for a split second. It's kind of working. It's flickering. It's not nearly as strong as the printed face. So I'm not really sure if this is great. It's really struggling with the dog. But from there to there. Let me just walk towards. It does find the face. DiCaprio, there we go. And found the eyes. Let's try to focus away and then focus back. I'm going to walk close to DiCaprio. And I guess that's a reasonable place for it to start struggling. I'm going to walk backwards slowly. It sees the eye, so this is purely a focusing challenge for it. There's no image stabilization on this setup. There's no image stabilization on this setup. The tracking box lags behind by about 4 or 5 frames. So there is a delay with the tracking algorithm. Has not gotten the face in focus. It sees the face. There we go. Okay, so we are now doing a vlog style test. I have a Panasonic f2.5 around 11mm aperture lens on this camera. We are again testing with speed and sensitivity set to maximum. That may not be the best setting for this, but it's what I have it currently set to. I'm just going to be doing a couple things, kind of like that, and kind of like this, to give you a sense of how it tracks face. Now this lens and this body do not have any image stabilization, so I'm just connecting it to a tripod and hand holding it. I'm going to be doing a test now to see if it gets confused with DiCaprio. So it sees DiCaprio's head. There's a white box around it, but it's looking at my face. It seems to pick the closest object by default. Hey, DiCaprio. Sorry. Okay, and I'm just going to step aside and come back. Okay, maybe I'll cover my face a bit and come back. So let's do that again. Cover my face, focuses on him instead of me, and there we go. Him, me. Him, kinda him. Oh, I lost him. Hey, Taylor. If I turn my face, it focuses on her, it loses me. It finds my face around here, Her. Let's try it again. Okay, me. It still has me now. What the hell? Lost my eye, found my eye. Lost my eye, found my eye. Okay, found my face. I'm a bit confused, but okay. The reason I'm using Taylor is I watched the AMAs last night, and I think she won the AMAs. Like, pretty much took every award. So yeah, she just came to mind when I needed a face to print out. All the little pets and dogs didn't really seem to work. I do have a cat. Doesn't want to come out when it's daylight, so I can't really test that way, and right now it's just sleeping anyways, so found my face, lost my face, found my face, lost my face. Okay, what else can we do? Continuing our vlog testing. I have it set to default autofocus, so this is the, I guess, the basic default mode, sensitivity 0, speed 0, things like that. We currently have 3 faces here, 1, 2, and 3. And the camera is detecting all 3. Currently seems to focus on DiCaprio for some reason. Now it focuses on me. Still on me. That's weird. Okay. I don't really know how it seems to track. Maybe the face that's most prominent it tracks, but it sees Taylor, but it doesn't lock onto her until I cover up. And just try to get a little closer. So when I cover my face, it locks onto her and focuses. Yeah, so that's the end of the test. Again, this is the firmware version 1.4, the Panasonic GH5S, released November 2019. It added the animal tracking, other aspects like that. On a side note, I have a friend at work who is a big fan of the Sony a7S II. That is the Sony full frame camera. Very similar to this one, in fact, in many ways, just because of the low light capabilities. Same price, roughly. I think the GH5S is a little bit cheaper. But we're having a little bit of dispute on which one is better. Now, clearly, I think the GH5S is superior, but I'm curious to hear your thoughts. So leave them in the comments below. Which do you think is the better camera, the Sony a7S II or the GH5S? Which one would you buy? I'm guessing because you watched this video, you like the GH5S, or you're thinking about it. So maybe I'm being biased, but hey, I'm not opposed to being cheap. Okay, guys, and thank you for watching. Take care. Bye.